right? Every now and then you get a chance to chop it up with Pavan. We had lunch yesterday, hung out, listened to him talk. Great event yesterday.
Yes.
Probably literally one of the greatest events of all time.
It was fun.
Yeah.
And we put all that together in like 2 weeks.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's so crazy. Yeah. So talk a little bit about Angel AI, because I know everyone's got an AI story, but yours is pretty unique. 250,000 users. I saw your documentation you released last night. Your valuation is now at 118 billion. Talk a little bit, because you're literally hanging on to the tiger as tight as you can.
Yeah, it doesn't, most of the time of the 2 decades I spent building it felt like I was in the tiger's jaw. Yeah, so, 2-decade plus journey. So it's kind of like, I just knew this is the way it's going to be. Like, I've been fascinated by AI since I was a kid, been working on it, been working on technology, building all kinds of tools for finance for decades. And then we built the AI piece by piece. So it wasn't like I woke up in 1995 and said, I'm going to build Angel AI. It doesn't work that way. I don't think the Wright Brothers woke up one day and say, I'm going to make a flying airplane.
I'm going to fly something off the side of a mountain.
Yeah, I mean, just going to digress a little bit.
Shout out to Wilbur. You had some big balls.
Yeah, so I'm going to digress a little bit and draw an analogy to their story. So back when the Wright Brothers made the first airplane, there were a lot of geniuses, like engineers and professors, and who's been studying physics and their whole lives, and aerodynamics and fluid dynamics and all this kind of stuff, right? And they couldn't figure it out, so they were like, "We'll never figure this out." And here comes these 2 guys that owned a bicycle shop.
2 brothers, right?
Yeah,
Orville
exactly.
and Wilbur.
Yeah, exactly. 2 brothers own a bicycle shop, just creative tinkerers with their hands, and they made the first airplane. So what happened was, a person with a better vision and instinct beat the guys with the degrees and all the other accolades, right? And I think that happens all the time. I mean, Apple Computer, same thing. If these guys in the garage, 4 guys in the garage, built a computer that IBM couldn't build, right? And also, I don't know if you know the story of I'm just looking at the microphone on your neck. There's a blue LED on it, blue diode, and the story of the guy who invented the blue diode, a Japanese scientist who invented it, is a similar story. I mean, he was way off in left field, like all by himself, while everyone else was going a different direction, right? And he did it with like a nothing budget, like less than $1 million, where Kodak and IBM and Xerox had spent hundreds of millions, billions of dollars on trying to make the blue diode. Right?
Interesting.
Yeah. So the reality in life, and this is like for everyone who's watching and thinking they can't do it, right? Is the only reason you can't do it is because the big corporations want you to believe you can't do it. Right? This is what happens. Right, and it's in their interest to say that, because they only have one thing that you don't have, which is a ton of money.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? And they want they want the world to believe that it's money power that gets them there, not brain power. But the reality is that it's brain power that gets you there, not money power. Money helps. Right? You need money, but brain power is greater than money power.
What would you say money plays into the factor when it comes to money and brain power? Which one's more valuable? 60-40?
It's interesting, and it's interesting because I'll put it in context as taking my Indian roots, which is yesterday was Diwali festival. So your question was, what's more important, money or brain power? Well, so Diwali, which was yesterday, is also the celebration of Lakshmi. Lakshmi is the goddess of wealth. So the bottom line is that, like yin and yang, there's a balance in dharma that is your mind, your body, right, has to be in balance, right? And wealth feeds your body, right? And your mind is your spirit and your soul, right? So you can't have one without the other. So it's 50-50, it's equal parts to both. Right? That's sort of the lesson to learn from the ancients.
Yeah, no, I think that's true. Yeah. I mean, capital does give you the ability to build out your team and get people's minds right too, because when you have capital, your mind operates in a more calm space. When you're struggling, it's one of 2 things. when you're struggling, it's one of two things. Either your mind is stressed out, which causes you negative energy, or your mind forces you to really focus because you got to make every minute count when you're struggling.
Yeah.
And that's the thing too is, you're looking at AI right now. It's no longer that AI is being built by humans. It's being built by AI now.
To some degree, yes.
I mean, Grok 5.
Yeah.
Grok 4 wrote Grok 5.
Most. Yeah. Well, yeah. Yes and no. I mean, it's just as reinforcement learning, AI training AI. Is that AI building AI? I think there's some things.
No. It actually wrote the code.
Yeah. It used the code generation, right?
Yeah, but, exactly.
We use it a lot internally. We use Cloud to write a lot of our code, but it only goes so far. You still need.
Well, it only goes so far today. Give it 6 months. I've watched in the last year AI grow at a exponential pace.
Yeah. Well, again, to replace an engineer, an AI has to become what they call, artificial general intelligence, the singularity.
Singularity,
right? Right, the singularity, and I don't think LLMs are going to get us to the singularity, right? And the reason is if you think about LLMs, they take a lot of data and then they look in, right? They take what's in and create stuff based on what's in there. And intelligence means take a look at what you know and look out and draw new conclusions based on what
that's actually a great, that's a great statement right there. That's a really that's articulated extremely well. By the way, do you know Ray Kurzweil? He was recently at the Steve Aoki Gala that we hosted.
No, I don't. But I do have to give credit to. I didn't make that one up.
Who did?
There's I don't know her name. It's a YouTuber. She's really cool. Great. Does a lot of great physics stuff. German YouTuber. So
shout out to the German YouTuber. So talk a little bit about how it felt yesterday to announce the launch of some of the code base or some of the stuff that you guys are doing in that documentation you sent distributed.
So say again the question.
So yesterday was a big day where you guys announced some new technology that you're launching or some of the new code base that you're launching.
Right. Well, yesterday we didn't launch new code base. Yesterday we announced the valuation.
The valuation.
Right. Yeah.
118 billion.
118. Right. Yeah.
Just 118 billion.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Just
I was disappointed that was 118 trillion. Like
I know.
I was yelling at Daniel like, come on, dude.
So talk a little bit about how you got to that valuation and talk a little bit about what you're going to go do from there.
Yeah. So actually that valuation, he printed that valuation back in April of this year. And we, due to market timing and there's other internal structuring steps that we had to take. So we announced it yesterday. So the valuation is based on the intellectual property that's contained within the Angel AI Intelligence ecosystem.
You have like 100 patents, right?
105, I think 110 now.
That's awesome.
Right. So,
and these are technology patents,
these
right?
are, all AI related, AI and blockchain related patents.
Now, patents have a 7-year shelf life, right?
I thought it was 14 years or something.
Okay, maybe technology's longer.
I don't remember offhand.
Yeah.
Not expert on that.
So you got 105 of them.
Yeah.
Talk about a little bit about what that does for your company from a standpoint of competitive edge.
Yeah, that's a good question because Elon Musk said famously 6 months ago, he said patents are for the weak. Right? And I guess you can say that when you're the richest man in the world, you can say patents are for the weak.
I mean, there is Larry Ellison. I mean, he just acquired TikTok. I think he's like a little bit ahead of Elon. Yeah. Shout out to Larry.
Right. So patents help. I think they're really good for newer companies because that's going to protect you.
Or it makes you acquirable.
Right. Either number one makes you acquirable, and number two is going to protect you from the tech giants because they're going to think twice before stepping on in your way.
Because they have more to lose.
I think. The reality is, and I think the reason Elon said this is that you can have a patent, but try to enforce it.
Yeah.
Right. Well, unless you got a war chest of millions and millions of dollars to enforcing that and go into a lawsuit.
So where are you going with Angel AI? What's the goal over the next 18 months? What do you see happening?
We've systematically have built a very large financial ecosystem, and in the next 18 months. Basically, every aspect of your financial life, Angel AI will be able to be your banker, your personal banker.
And what do you trade? Like commercial mortgages, right? Or not commercial, residential?
Yeah, that's our fixed income traders. We trade our mortgage-backed securities.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And that's one of your core businesses, right?
That is one of our core businesses.
So yesterday I was talking to May, and she was telling me a little bit about some of the things that Angel AI does. It's literally almost everything you could ask from a mortgage broker, underwriter, everything.
Yes, it's everything mortgages. And now we're just about to roll out a consumer loan product. So consumer loan product so that way you can have an installment loan instead of credit cards where you're in debt forever. So we're just about to roll that out. And we have an insurance product line in there. But the most...
When you say insurance, like life insurance or health insurance?
Life, auto, and homeowners insurance. Right.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So I could go to Angel AI and ask it to give me, for lack of a better word, homeowners insurance, and it'll compare against other companies?
Well, we have a partnership with a company called Primerica. So it'll give you the Primerica rate, but the AI will answer all kinds of questions about the policy.
Which is probably $1 million.
Yes, exactly.
And that's actually a good thing because a buddy of mine sells life insurance. And like people don't have wills, they don't have living trusts, they don't have, when you die, it's called, I think, death insurance, where they actually put you in a box and pay for all that.
I'm glad you bought up wills because that's the next product that we're rolling out.
Oh, really?
So the idea is to get a mortgage, right? The mortgage means a contract for life. Mortgage means for life, engage is a contract, right? So it's like you go to closing to sign a contract to sign your mortgage, and that's the right time you should be thinking about
a will. Trust and wills.
Right, yeah, right. So we're going to provide that as a free service in Angel AI, so you'll be able to just use it to generate your will.
Mission critical because so many people die without a will.
Exactly.
And guess what? The state swoops in and grabs all the assets that they can't. It's sad so many people don't understand how important a will is when you own real estate.
Yes.
Or if you have children.
Exactly.
Like in my case, dogs.
Right. The worst part is that if it gets stuck in probate.
No, it's worse. Yeah.
Then the attorneys are making money.
Well, here's the crazy part too. The attorneys are siphoning the value of what's in probate.
Exactly.
And that's what the state banks on, is that you don't have a will, that you're not planning for what you're all going to do, which is die. We're all going to die.
I'm not going to die. Really?
I don't want to. Hey, listen, just so you know.
Well, I got Obamacare. I'm not going to die.
You got a what? Oh, God. That's not funny. We're not going to go there. But I can tell you right now, Obamacare is not keeping anyone alive. All right, so listen, we've had a great time chopping it up. Where are you out of, by the way? California?
I live in Puerto Rico.
Oh, Puerto Rico.
I grew up in California.
So right next to Jake Paul?
Literally right next to
Shout out to my buddy Brock.
Yeah, Brock's a cool guy. Yeah.
He's not bad. Yeah. So you coming on to Miami for the Futurist event? I'm hosting a private breakfast. You want to come and chop it up with everyone?
I'd love to do that.
All right, well listen, I got to tell you, you and your team are fucking impressive. I read some of the documentation that I took last night, but from what I can gather, you guys have got something of huge value that's growing. And I think some of the things that you're going to add in the next 12 to 18 months are going to make Angel AI a great financial tool, not for 250,000 people, but probably maybe a billion people.
Yeah, exactly.
And when you get to that mark where you could literally let people use AI to manage their money needs for 1 billion people, that's impressive. That's a game changer.
Yeah, that's right. And that's the reason this has a built-in Angel wallet. It's a decentralized blockchain wallet.
Is it a decentralized wallet?
Yeah.
What is it, iOS and Android?
Yes. Yeah, true decentralized wallet.
True decentralized.
Does
it store Bitcoin?
It'll store any digital asset. It's on Ethereum right now.
It's what?
It's on Ethereum chain.
So it's like MetaMask?
Yeah.
Well, it can't store Bitcoin then?
Well, you could wrap it.
It's wrapped Bitcoin.
Wrapped Bitcoin, yeah. Right.
Shout out to wrapped Bitcoin. You're never going to be the real Bitcoin. All right. I appreciate it, man. Great interview. I'll see you soon, all right?
All right. Thanks,
You're
buddy.
the best. Fucking nice shirt, buddy.